What are the spookiest audio or video clips on the internet? Operation Wandering Soul. The US government was coming up with new ways of luring the Viet Cong out of the jungles during the Vietnam War. They came up with this disturbing and creepy audio recording of what sounds like spirits of the undead calling out to the Viet Cong. The US military would play this audio at night to try to bring out the Viet Cong from their hiding spots and demoralize them. Just imagine being in the middle of a jungle late at night and hearing that on full blast, not knowing where it's coming from or what it is. I studied this for a project years ago, as well as the Chu Hoi program. We had to teach middle school kids about our project, and it's safe to say some are probably still scarred. One of the professors walking around happened to stop by our booth, and by the time he heard our speech and listened to the recording, he looked like he'd seen a ghost. And if you think it's bad, have it translated. It plays on their religious beliefs and makes everything so much worse. What does it mean in Vietnamese? Buddhist funeral music. Daddy, daddy, come home with me, come home. Daddy, daddy, who is that? Who is calling me? My daughter? My wife? Your father is back home with you, my daughter. Your father is back home with you, my wife. But my body is gone. I'm dead. My family. Tragic. How tragic. My friends, I come back to let you know that I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm in hell. Just hell. It was a senseless death. How senseless. How senseless. But when I realized the truth, it was too late. Too late. Friends, while you are still alive, there is still a chance that you can be reunited with your loved ones. Do you hear what I say? Go home. Go home, friends. Hurry, if not, you will end up like me. Go home, my friends, before it is too late. Go home. Go home, friends. Very. Very ban. Very. Very. Just a quick note, very means go home, and very ban means go home, friend. Don't listen to this in the middle of the night staring out your window into the forest, folks. Just made that mistake, and let's just say I'm awake now. Dude, I'm contemplating on doing that now. Going to test my mental strength. Edit, I fucked up. Stephen McDaniel being interviewed on the local news about his missing neighbor, who he had killed and dismembered, and learning mid-interview that her body had been found. The link also contains footage that he shot of the victim through her window the night he killed her. This was creepy the way he shut down. When they said body, you could see his soul leave his body. He looks like he's just been hit by the news that she's dead. Honestly, I could totally have believed that, but maybe I'm just naive. People watch it knowing what he didn't think. Oh yeah, he knows he fucked. If I had watched it live, I'd feel terrible and think his friend just died and he just found out. I first watched this not knowing he killed his neighbor. I used to just click on random shit way back when and this video popped up. Felt bad for him for over half a decade until I watched a video about a man who murdered his neighbor, and then the YouTuber began playing this video. Felt like shit feeling sorry for this man for so long. I remember one audio of a woman screaming while a chimpanzee was eating her face, or something like that. I heard it a long time ago, so I don't remember the details. Her friend was on the phone begging for help, and the call was recorded. I don't remember the audio itself, but I do remember I felt terrible after hearing it. Yep. She lost her eyes, lips, face, ears, fingers, nose. It really fucked her up sadly. In the call you can hear a classic chimpanzee screech, and the dispatcher thought it was fake, but sent an officer there. The chimp tried the passenger door of the police car, locked. The chimp then punched the mirror off and started his way to the driver door, and the officer shot the shit out of the chimp and it ran inside and died by its cage. I remember it from years ago as well. I'd be terrified of chimps if they just roamed around. If I remember right, the owner had given the chimp Xanax to calm it down. And apparently Xanax doesn't have the same effect on chimps as it does humans. Xanax is a legit bite disinhibitor. I got a script for my dog because he flips out in thunderstorms and got warned by the vet. Kind of like how some people are angry drunks and some aren't. The most heartbreaking thing I read about her injuries was this. It wasn't until a couple of weeks ago, when an eye doctor told Ms. Nash she no longer had eyes, that she realized she would never see again, she said. Ms. Nash said she doesn't ask many questions about her injuries. This phone call that the Golden State Killer made to one of his previous victims For those too nervous to venture, it's a short clip of a woman saying hello, then loud breathing and whispering 3 times, "Gonna kill you." Pretty spooky. If I received that call, the next call on my log would be the cops. 2003 Station nightclub concert. Pyrotechnics were used to responsibly causing foam to catch fire, which then spread to the surroundings and engulfed the building in flames. Within a matter of minutes, 100 people lost their lives. So many things in this video still give me chills when I think about it. The screams, the sheer magnitude of it all, and the time it took people to register what happened, and how quickly it all happens. 1 minute there's smoke, then people crammed in the doorway, then screaming, then nothing. All within like 5 minutes. Completely wild, but a good lesson in the dangers of fire. The fucking bouncers actually prevented people from exiting through a back door because it was the band in trance. I heard they actually chained the fire doors shut so people couldn't sneak in. It's a good video to show people to demonstrate that fire is fast. It's basically 30 seconds from ignition to everything going up in flames. It doesn't help that that place was essentially a fucking tinder box. If I remember right, the owners got charged because of the planning of their club and because of the foam insulation they used. Oh, and lack of safety and prevention like water systems. They got 15 years, I believe. Edit. Served 4. The band manager also did too. But many believe he was a scapegoat because people needed justice. Also, if you get a chance, look up a diagram of where they found bodies. Fucked up. They found people huddled together in different areas, in bathrooms, in the office, in the giant pile near the entrance, of course. Super eerie. Here. Edit. Oh, another thing that fucked me up was that people who were at the bottom of the pile were insulated from the fire. They were alive, and the fire department had to put out the fire, and the people at the bottom of the pile who were alive essentially drowned while being trapped under everyone, unable to move. Edit. Here's a guy who survived 90 minutes under the pile of bodies. I think the worst bit is when he shows all the people stuck in the door. Yeah. I've seen that video years ago, and I still have that image inside my head. It pops out here and there. Just the way they are stuck. Fuck. I'm not seeing that video ever again. I'm not even a very religious person, but the audio from the exorcism of Anneliese Michel chills me to the bone. You can find it on YouTube. She went through 67 exorcism sessions, 1 or 2 each week, lasting up to 4 hours, were performed over about 10 months in 75 to 76. Later investigation determined that she was malnourished and dehydrated. Her parents and the priests responsible were charged with homicide. She was treated horribly. I got to know about the case from the movie. Her treatment was horrible to watch in the movie itself, but watching that clip was a totally different experience. The debate on her mental state vs possession aside, a woman was being legit tortured. I know that we did the right thing because I saw the sign of Christ in her hands. She was bearing stigmata, and that was a sign from God that we should exorcise the demons. She died to save other lost souls, to atone for their sins. Anna Michel, Anneliese's mother, 2005. Also, there were 4 defendants: Father Arnold Renz, Pastor Ernst Alt, and Anneliese Michel's parents, Joseph and Anna. All 4 were found guilty of negligent homicide and sentenced to 6 months in prison, suspended with 3 years probation. Edit. Little girl, woman. She 23. Thanks to the one who pointed that out. 6 months in prison, suspended with 3 years probation. WTF. Like a slap on the wrist. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, share the video with your friends and family, and turn on notifications to never miss a video.